Hello everyone, I'm RecV5.
And I am Sandman99, and this is take 2.
Yeah, of your color commentary, because I had to adjust my headset volume, but
Yeah.
welcome back to Shots Golf World Invitational. We didn't even get to play anything, we actually just started to adjust settings
you were complaining that your headset volume in the recording settings was too loud. So
well, it was louder than I remembered
We had to restart and make some adjustments, so yeah.
Well, at least we got...
technical stuff.
Yeah, well, at least we got it over with, right?
Yeah.
But anyways, I actually wanted to start today with a solo stroke play, because I haven't warmed up yet anyways, and we got to get more points in order to be able to afford some of the new clubs, balls, and characters that we've got. And we've actually got a character that we can't unlock yet, because we don't have any points.
Yep.
So, I don't know how this will go. Obviously, I managed to shoot minus 19, minus 19, minus 20. I guess I'll try here and shoot like a minus 19 or 20, but I doubt it will go well. Maybe it will, maybe it won't.
Who are you going to use?
Well, I've been using Kat for all these practice rounds, so...
The alien chick?
Yeah, well, because she has a high shot trajectory and an A spin rating, which her A spin rating feels like a C to me after coming back from...
What the hell is that?
Oh, that's our new caddy.
Oh.
Yeah, we unlocked a new... See, caddies are free.
Uh-huh.
But your characters aren't.
Well, they better be free. There's nothing to them. They're a disembodied voice.
But yeah, we've got what is it? I was practicing Hot Shots Golf 2 the other day, just for the hell of it, and I went and replayed 4 Winds, which is the second course. And I replayed it several times. So I replayed it with Cedric. I replayed it with like Gex, and I found that I'm very distance dependent on posting a good score. So like, oh no, I'm gonna hit that bunker, aren't I?
Oh no! Yep.
Yeah.
Plunk.
I didn't even see that bunker there. Yeah.
What?
No shit.
What? The ball is in nature's grasp?
Yep, it's in nature's grasp. Oh shit, I hit the top of the bunker. And
well,
that's out of bounds.
So far, this grinding thing for points is not going well.
No, we're not getting any points. Well, I hit that ball perfectly with super backspin and everything, but I hit it into the wall of the bunker.
Yeah.
And that was just miserable. So, now you guys get to see what a warm-up round actually looks like.
Yeah,
They're usually pretty rough.
At least they're not taking points away, right?
Good shot.
He's full of shit. He told you your tee shot was a good shot, too, and look what happened.
Yeah, well, that was also not a good shot anyways.
Yeah, well.
Could have hit that harder.
Well, you know what?
Oh, well.
This is a...
we're going to start with a
typical,
+3.
This is a typical warm-up hole, right?
Yeah, well, also hitting that perfect shot and having it just die on me on the side of the wall of the bunker there, that was no good.
Yeah.
That was no good.
Well, if you're going to grind any points at all, you need to pull your socks up a little bit.
Ah, it is what it is. We're not going to post a high score this time, though, because I've already got a 4-shot deficit to make up. Alright. I'll play it this way.
Nice shot.
Oh, that wind did not affect me anywhere near as much as I thought it would. I thought it would be mostly wind and only a little bit of slope, and it was actually mostly slope.
The slope rises.
Oh, that was close.
It is what it is. We'll get to it. We'll get back to the under par thing. What do we got here for wind? Wow. That's,
Looks windy.
windy.
Yeah, look, you can even see the leaves blowing across and everything, right?
How windy? Maybe even... No super backspin though, so we'll be on the right side of the green if we hit the green at all. So I guess that's where the pin is.
Or
Oh, we're towards the back though, and there's a big break on the back.
Focus on a birdie.
that was a good putt.
Well, you know, this is why we do our warm-up round, so we get all of our out-of-bounds hits and everything out of our system before we do a proper challenge run.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I was saying about the Hot Shots Golf 2 thing, I shot a -12 with Cedric. I shot like a -15 with Spike with big air clubs and big air ball. So Cedric can only hit the ball like 220, but Spike with big air club and big air ball can hit the ball. Ooh, that's going a little bit left. Ah, that'll be fine. Spike can hit the ball 250, but he's got no control rating, right?
Yeah.
And then I played it with Gex twice. First with like pinhole clubs and big air ball, so he could hit the ball 257, and then second with the beginner's club and big air ball. And what I found was, with the bigger impact zone, I got more birdies, but I didn't really get any eagles. That might be off the back because I put super backspin on that. And then with the pinhole clubs and big air ball, I got less birdies, but I got 2 eagles. So my score ended up being -16 both times.
Well, that's the thing about these games, though, right? There's always a trade-off. If you want to gain a specific characteristic, you have to give up something. You know, like all of these characters, if you've got a player that's got good power, then they've got some other drawback, like poor control or a small impact zone or whatever. And if you've got a player with a good impact zone, they've got no power, and you know what I mean? Like there's always a compromise to be made, right?
Although I still miss being able to backspin a 2-iron, backspin a 4-wood.
You know what it would have been cool is if they'd have had these players so that they were modifiable within game. You know, like if you have these loyalty scores and all that kind of crap. Well, what if you could earn points that could improve your player's power or improve your player's control or something like that?
Well,
over a long period of time, like you'd have to play that player a lot, right?
I've heard something about that possibly being a thing in the latest one, but I know it's definitely a thing in like the Mario Golf series, right? Because Mario Golf is like an RPG style golfing game, and that one is made by the same people who made Hot Shots Golf 1, so it's a different company that made 1 versus the rest.
Yeah. Oh.
And I don't know if that was just like, you know, the terms of the contract or what was involved in that, but for whatever reason, Sony switched companies after Hot Shots Golf 1. And, you gonna stop? Okay, we're good. I was wondering there, I'm like, am I actually gonna...
Maybe though they didn't do that with most of these games because then there would be no incentive to try all of the different characters.
Well, also, too...
because then you would just play with one character and just improve that character until they became the best player, right?
Not only that, but I guess to an extent, you can make a somewhat broken character in those golfing RPGs type games if you're willing to build them a certain way.
Yeah.
So if you want to have the largest impact zone ever, I know in one of the Mario Golf games, you can max out your impact zone and still have a character that hits the ball like 290 yards, but you have an impact zone the size of like the most intro character ever, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, that was badly hit. Oh, I hit the cart path there.
You hit the cart path. You didn't quite make it. Well, you got a nice look around those sails, though, right?
Yep. I do.
So even if you're in a little bit of rough there, that's not the end of the world, right?
I can hit a 4-iron over that. Wow, we got a lot of distance on that.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you hit it right off the back.
I got 100% power on that. What are the odds?
Yeah, you hit it right over the green and into that back bunker.
And I got more perfect impact, gonna hit it off the front. That's something I will never get used to, is getting 100% power when you get perfect impact.
Yeah.
Because it's not like you can necessarily control that you're going to get, like, perfect impact all the time. You can hit the impact zone consistently, but...
Well, at least the damn putt went in anyway.
Yeah.
Something went right on this hole.
Yeah. I don't know. I still miss the days when you had to average out your distance in order to hit it out of hazards and stuff, because it gave me something consistent to rely on. All giving me 100% power does is it actually makes me less consistent.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna drive the green?
Maybe.
No, we're gonna end up on the right-hand bunker.
Yeah, because you were a little bit...
What's this? Beware the lie.
That's okay. Oh, we got 100% power on that, so we'll launch it over the green.
No, you're still on the green because that's the long axis, right?
They got 90% power in a situation where we could get 40%.
Yeah.
I hate that. That's something I hate about this modern game.
There is a rise. A slice, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Well...
Could hit it a little harder yet still.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hit that hard enough.
Ah!
I choked. Yeah. So there you go.
Are you actually earning any points in this round so
I've
far?
earned 1,000 so far. This is totally not turning out to be worth it, though. I should have just played my warm-up round off camera.
Yeah, well...
That's it, young man.
But this is why we play these. Because I'm all over the place if I don't.
Stop rolling.
Because I don't necessarily get to practice during the week.
Think birdie.
There we go.
Hey.
I know. It's funny when perfect impact becomes your bane. You're hitting the ball too good.
That shouldn't be a problem for me.
That'll be good. You should be able to avoid those water hazards there, no problem. Oh, and I got the replay thing going on. I'm hitting the ball really hard.
You're hitting the controller really hard.
That's right.
Good shot.
Ah, I should have hit that one harder.
You're on. Focus on a birdie.
Didn't play that break enough.
Ooh.
Relax. Hard. Keep your spirits up.
Yeah, keep your spirits up. You're shooting one of the worst rounds you've ever shot on camera. Try that.
Good shot.
Maybe I should have hit that full power, but I don't know. I was expecting that to roll a lot more to the right.
Think
It just
birdie.
didn't.
There is a descent.
There sure is. There we go. We're getting birdies now. Maybe we're all warmed up now. I usually find I have to play like at least 5 holes to warm up properly.
12 hole.
I mean, I guess other than those 2 like horrible holes, I have gotten mostly birdies, right?
Yep. Mixed to positive, right?
Yeah, if I recall correctly, you want to play up here.
You don't want to roll down that hill.
No. In fact, that might even be too hard. I might have just put my ball in the rough. But there's all kinds of like nasty slopes and out of bounds over there. You don't want to hit that.
Yeah, you hit it a little bit too far.
Possible.
That's okay. Maybe we'll hit a flyer here and carry into the deep part of the green. Yep.
That's it.
Wow.
I know, right? I could just about jinx myself. Just
You almost hit it off the back.
I did hit it off the back.
Yep.
When bad things happen, they will inevitably happen. Should we power putt on camera?
You can power putt?
You can power putt.
Wow.
I don't think I hit that hard enough anyways. Or played the break enough. Oh, maybe I did hit it hard enough.
Yeah. Wow, that was a terrible putt.
I was almost 100 feet away. That's okay. We'll miss this one.
If you were that far away, you should have just chipped.
No. I was just like, nah, we shouldn't have hit the flyer. We should have just, like, been fine. Should have been fine.
It blows behind us.
Ooh, you're gonna try and drive the green on this one?
I mean, this is what your practice rounds are for, right?
Yeah, I guess, eh? Can you even hit it high enough to get over those houses?
Probably not, no.
Oh, you got it through the gap. Wow. Look at this.
No, we're gonna roll off the back.
Wow.
We're gonna roll off the back. Oh,
Well,
no,
you
we
stayed
stayed
on. You're 61 feet away, though, but
Focus on an eagle.
wow.
There is a rise. A slice.
Oh, that's a long-ass putt.
That is a long putt, yep.
What happened? I was 61 feet away. What do you mean, what happened? Yo, what happened?
You didn't make it. Oh, well.
Hell, the whole rule of thumb putting system, it's good for inside 60 feet, but it kind of breaks down past that, right?
Yeah, well, I think at 60 feet you're so far away you can't even see the cup.
Well, let's continue with our trend of bad life choices today.
Yeah. Doink. Well, you didn't get away with it that time.
At least we're not out of bounds.
Yeah. Well, at least you made it through the buildings.
That's it, young man.
We'll just play like we're a Hot Shots Golf AI, take the biggest club out of the bag and hit the tiny impact zone.
Yeah.
And
Or like I like to say, playing like Phil.
Ha! Well, if you want to come back from something like that, though, you do have to play aggressively, right? I want to play a fade here.
Good shot.
Hopefully I took enough off that.
Good.
Yeah, that turned out to be probably your best approach shot so far.
Birdie.
I know, my approach shots have been utter garbage during this warm-up round. But we're getting lots of points. We're getting lots of points. This is why we play the warm-up rounds.
15th.
Although we need, like, instead of getting 2,000, we need, like, 20,000. So, oh well. But that's okay.
Well, this might be one of those things that you have to do, though, before
Nice.
every episode, though, right?
It will be, yeah.
If you're going to earn enough points to be able to get all of the stuff unlocked.
Challenge the birdie.
That's right. It'll be basically mandatory. I mean, even though I have to replay some of the tournaments anyways, because we didn't get crowns in them, it still won't be enough points to unlock everything, right?
16th hole. Par 4.
But you have to have your bad life choices too, so you gotta experiment and see what's acceptable in a real tournament.
Yep. Well, and see what you can get away with and what happens if you do try something like that and it doesn't work, right?
That's right.
That's how you learn things.
I mean, you might also try these things in a versus mode too, depending. Although the versus mode opponents we've had so far have not done themselves any credit.
They haven't really been very challenging so far. From what I can remember in the earliest versions of Hot Shots Golf.
Good shot.
The versus mode opponents were, you know, once you got past the beginner level ones, they were like the toughest part of the game, right?
Yep.
The birdie.
That's right. In fact, it's funny you mentioned that because I was looking at Vader play stroke play by himself, right? Because you can run the AI just solo,
Yeah.
and that's from, like, I was watching him from Hot Shots Golf 2, and he shot minus 18 on course 1, and then he shot minus 18 on course 2,
Wow.
right? And then he shot minus 18 on course 3, and it's just like, you know, I can shoot minus 18 on course 1 or 2, but barely. If I'm, like, really lucky, right? And I don't even know how you shoot minus 18 on course 3. You have to be insanely consistent.
Well, by the sounds of it, I'm not good enough to beat him just yet.
I would recommend you play him on course 6, actually, if you get to that point, because on course 6 he shoots between somewhere like a minus 15 and a minus 16, like he makes mistakes. And that's probably just due to the limitations of the AI or something.
That's it, done.
There, we'll carry the par 5 with our 4-iron here.
Nicely done. Focus on an eagle.
Focus on an eagle. I'd love an eagle right now. That too hard. Didn't matter.
Nice eagle.
Actually, I would have missed it if I hadn't hit it too hard, because my putting is garbage. There you go. We've come back from a massive deficit, and we've almost shot double digits. After getting a +3 and a +1. What is this? Big crosswind? Crosswind on this hole is kind of trouble, actually.
Yep. Looks like it. There's all sorts of interesting water hazards on this hole. And they run the entire length of the fairway too, right? Like
Yep.
you never get away from them.
That's it, done.
Well, hopefully that'll be okay.
It looks like this is a strategy that you pursue anyway, because you're in about the same place as you were last time.
Yeah, I might have even taken some off of it last time and out of caution, because this is a small green too. In general, this hole is actually kind of hard.
Good shot.
No, that's not. Oh, it is. Took a
Yep.
funny hop there, but
Yeah, it hit the side of the hill and kicked on.
Think birdie.
think birdie, yeah. No, we're not going to get a birdie here. We're going to get a birdie. There you go. We came back, we made double digits somehow. I don't know how. That was a horribly rough round.
Oh well, you recovered. Well, and you managed to grind out some points.
Yep.
That was a new record.
Yeah, I don't know how. Well, maybe it was like my shot percentage or something. I didn't really look. So now we have 7,000 points. We can start playing through our challenge modes. I guess it was good to play a warm-up round on camera here too, though, because most of our tournaments this time are 9 holes, I think. We've got 9, 9, 9, 9, and then an 18. Oh, look, one of them is at Mount Sakura.
Oh.
That's interesting.
Have a good time.
But anyways, we'll start here. And, I guess we'll start with Xiaoling here, because we've been working on her a little bit. Do we have everybody else up to 1 for loyalty? Oh, we're still working on Erica there. Maybe I should play this with Erica. Course might be kind of hard with her. There's a distance-dependent course.
Go.
But we'll try it. She's got no side spin either. We'll go to a random caddy.
All right, time to go.
Random disembodied voice.
Random disembodied voice.
Yep, never gonna hear the end of this from me.
I mean, they were disembodied voices
after
in...
after Hot Shots Golf 2, though, how many versions of the game were there where you actually had a caddy, you know, like visible caddy?
Yeah, well, there
And
was
then-
Hot
and
Shots
then-
Golf 3, Hot Shots Golf 4, Hot Shots Golf 5.
All right, right.
Although I gotta say, Bertha's still my favorite. They need to bring Bertha back. Bertha was the best caddy ever.
Well done.
I think some people also liked Greg. The fish guy.
Yeah. The fish guy?
Yeah, the fish guy. That's gonna be short.
Wasn't he the guy that sounded like Sean Connery?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the fish guy.
Why is he the fish guy?
I don't know, because he makes all these, like, fishing references.
Oh. Well, he also makes references of stealing birds' eggs and stuff like that too, though, right?
Well, quail eggs.
Yeah.
That's a nice approach. Carefully.
I think quail is like an aquatic bird or something, right?
I don't know. I have no idea what a quail is.
Yeah,
It's a
we
bir-
live.
It's a
We
bird.
live in.
We live in a part of the world where there are no quail. Okay.
Yeah, across the Great Plains.
For all I know, it could be like a pigeon or something. I don't know.
I've never even seen the ocean in my life.
Yeah, I have.
Have you? Wow, you're well traveled.
I jumped in it once.
Wow.
It was fucking cold.
I
wow.
bet.
Yeah, because it was just off the coast of British Columbia.
Ah.
And even though it was like almost,
Fuck.
well, you hit that. Wow. Okay. Didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, I tried to time my shot so that it would come out as the thing was rising. Wow,
Oh.
that's really gonna run.
Wow, it's gonna roll into the bunker.
Like, what are they doing having fucking hot air balloons on a golf course? My God.
You don't have your RPG in the bag today, hey?
No.
Anyway, as I was saying, it was like almost July, right?
Yep.
But even by almost July, you know, like the Pacific Ocean is at you know, as far north as a little ways north of Vancouver, anyways, is really cold still. Like cold enough that when I jumped in, my heart just about stopped. Like,
Wow. Yeah, that's actually a real risk when you jump into a cold body of water. You can get shock, and your
Yeah.
body has a reflex where it tries to draw in as much oxygen as possible, and that's how people drowned in the Middle Ages, falling into something like a simple stream or a river, right?
yeah. But anyway, that was one of those trips, though, when I was a young fellow. It was 1989. 1989. I remember that because I went to see the Who in the football stadium there, BC Place, eh?
Wow.
Yeah. And,
Whatever.
you know, I also got to find out just how far I could carry a keg of beer before I got tired.
Oh, yeah.
Quite a ways, as it turns out, because there was a microbrewery. We with a bunch of other people rented a 40-foot sailboat, you know, like with a pilot
Yep.
to have a party on.
Wow.
And so me and my buddy that I was traveling there with went to the local microbrewery and bought a keg of beer
Yep.
and carried it down the street a few blocks to the dock where the sailboat was, right? And of course this thing has engines in it too, right?
Yep.
And we went on sort of like a cruise up the coast a little ways and back, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And there was lots of beer drank, and you know, it was one of those crazy things. Like, I didn't know most of the people that were there,
You can do
and my buddy was a salesman for for Canada Packers, actually,
Ah.
like the meat company.
Yeah, yep.
And he used to travel around to supermarkets and sell like do sales for this company to supermarkets, you know, like to Safeways or whatever, right?
Yep.
That was his job. And apparently a bunch of the people that we went on this sailboat with were people from BC who either worked with his company or were customers of people who worked with his company. And you know what? People down there are crazy. Like this party got to the point where like there were people taking their clothes off and
Oh, wow.
oh yeah, it was like one of like crazy, right? And of course, I'm ultra-conservative redneck guy sitting there feeling rather awkward and embarrassed about the whole thing, right? You know?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Try for it, birdie.
Well, there you go. I guess you got to experience one wild party in your life.
No, that was one wild party that I experienced in my life.
Fair enough.
Oh, carefully.
Oh man, if we don't stop getting pars, we're not going to win this tournament.
Yeah.
Ah. Par, 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 par.
But I was always like the, you know, kind of the clean living guy, you know, like the guy that did weights and ate right and didn't drink or, you know, do things like that to excess, but somehow, like most of my friends were
people who were party animals?
These people who were party animals, and I spent a lot of my young adult life being the designated driver. while you know my friends did all these crazy things, right?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
Go for it, birdie. Relax. Is it uphill? Good.
Yay, we got our birdie. The obligatory birdie.
What did you expect?
Now we're in second. Now we just got to get another one.
6 hole. Par 3.
But yeah, that's what you know, in my experience anyway, that's what people did back then, because there wasn't any internet and there wasn't any, like, actually back then I don't think that even there was any cell phones in common use during those times, right?
Yep.
So that's what people did. They partied because that was what there was to do, right?
Well, you know.
On the green. Will you get a birdie? Here you go.
Oh my god, that broke so much more than I thought it was going to. Why did that break so much?
Wow, you're having a terrible round.
That's okay.
You're clinging to a one-shot lead.
Everyone else is having a terrible round. I just need to not hit my ball onto the bridge this time again.
Need to play well up short.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember this the last time you played onto the bridge there, and the bridge is out of bounds or something, right?
Yeah, I might have even played it with this character.
Yeah, I think that's what happened to you, right? The bridge is out of bounds, so you got an out of bounds penalty because your ball came to rest on the bridge.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice shot, as planned.
Oh, that must be a good one. You said something.
Yeah.
Hold it.
Ah, it's mediocre.
Okay. Try for it, birdie.
Well, I know you could at least putt.
Go for it. Is it uphill? That is a hook.
Yay! We got the -2.
That was nothing special. Eighth hole.
Although that being said, though, I did get loaded up pretty good on a couple of times on that trip because before we went to the concert, like the concert was the big highlight of it, right?
Yep.
And we were staying at one of my buddy's friends' apartments down there.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, we're having a few drinks before we go to the concert. But we're drinking what he called Brave Bulls, which is tequila and Kahlua mixed in a highball glass, right?
Oh, jeez.
So, of course, you know, like, not very long after we started doing this, I was already just absolutely hammered, right?
Yep.
And then somewhere along the way, we ran out of tequila or something, and we started to drink beer. And we had beer in cases, and we called a cab to take us to the concert, right?
Yep.
And so we go walking down there carrying our cases of beer, and the cab driver says, "I'm not going to let you in my cab with those." Right? So it's fine. So what I did was I was wearing a denim jacket, the same one that I have now, actually.
Oh yeah, that one.
And it has big inside pockets and stuff like that. So I opened up the case of beer I was carrying, and I put, you know, a couple of bottles of beer inside into each inside pocket.
Yeah.
One into each breast pocket.
Wow.
And then I was carrying about 4 bottles loose in my hands, right?
Wow.
And so we rode in the cab. The cab driver, I guess, grudgingly let us in. I don't know what my buddy did to talk him into it, but it's, you know, he was a very, you know, being a salesman, he was a very
charismatic guy.
Charismatic and persuasive guy, right?
Let me sell you some snake oil and some.
Anyway, we get out of the cab, we walk up to the entrance to BC Place, and you know, like, then my buddy actually, you know, kind of gets a clue, and he looks at me and he says, you know what, they're not going to let you in, like, with that, right?
Yeah.
You know, like, you're carrying like a half a dozen bottles of beer loose in your arms. They're not going to let you in like that. So we kept walking toward the entrance, and then this guy walks up to me and asks me if I wanted to buy some hash or something like that, right?
Oh, fuck.
And I said, no, but here. And I started handing him bottles. And I pulled out the ones in all my pockets and kept handing him bottles. I left him standing on the street in front of the BC Place with a dozen bottles of beer in his arms.
Oh,
and
my God.
And he looked so surprised that it, like, that's one thing I remember is the look on his face, because he was just, he didn't know what to think of this.
Yeah, he was
right?
out there to sell, not to buy.
So I basically just gave away the better part of a dozen bottles of beer.
Wow.
To this guy who's left standing there with a double armful of beer bottles in front of BC Place while carrying who knows how much illegal drugs, right?
Wow.
Because this was like decades before our
Yeah,
government,
before it got legalized.
Before it became legalized, right? So yeah, that was pretty funny. I don't remember too much after that, but you know, that was like some of the high points of that trip.
Wow, look at that. I actually got a star for that horrible performance, or
Wow.
a crown for that horrible performance.
Well, I guess you must have won. What was the thing that you had to do to get a star anyway, or a crown?
Land the ball within 3 feet of the pin or something like that.
Only once?
Yeah, only once, which I guess I must have done.
Yeah.
There we go. We got another 9,000 points from that.
See you later.
So anyway, then the next day we had to get on the plane and fly back to God's country here, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so we're both really hungover, like really ill, and we're sitting in the airport waiting room. And of course, back then was when they started to get kind of sticky about smoking.
Oh, yeah.
And I used to smoke back then, and so
Yeah.
did my buddy. So we went out to sit in the smoking area, which was kind of like the hallway outside of the lounge that people had to sit in for our flight.
Yep.
Well, while we were out having a smoke in the hallway, they announced in the lounge that our flight was boarding. And so we're sitting there, and he looks out the window and he says, "Hey, is that our plane leaving?"
Oh, fuck.
So then we had to go back to the airline ticket desk and rebook for a later flight because we missed the first flight that we were supposed to take. Our luggage went, but we didn't.
Yeah, wow. Did you manage to get your luggage back at least?
Yeah, we did eventually.
Expect a lot from you.
This is a very hard golf course.
Wow. Yeah, this looks like that one I was talking about, I forget when, a while ago, where I mentioned that like the street out in front of my house is wider than some of the fairways, right?
Wonderful shot.
Well, also look at how downhill that fairway is.
Yeah. But, you know, this was back in the days when, I was in my late 20s and, you know, like,
Yep.
just in enjoying life and having adventures and stuff like that, right?
Well, I have to say my 20s were a bit more boring than that. I basically spent my time honing my programming skills.
Yeah. Well, I never went to university, though, so, you know,
That will do.
I guess that with different priorities comes different. Oh, wow, okay, it's like the giant cup tournament
Yeah, it's another
thing
one of
again.
these giant cup ones. Yeah, I can't remember how it works out in this game, but I think... Oh! Tripped over a golf club. This is actually the last golf course that you unlock on the PS Vita version. And actually, I think I have my PS Vita with me today. I just don't have it out or available right now. Maybe I'll have to get it out when we take a pause or something so I can show it to you. But yeah.
So this course is in another game, was what you're saying?
Yeah, well, it's the same game, but it's the Vita version of the game, right?
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Well, let's see if I can actually place my tee shot accurately enough in order to not get screwed.
You're good.
Not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Just look at the slope there, off the cliff.
Wow.
It's not like these holes are long, but look at the way they're laid out, right?
Yep.
Great shot.
I'm gonna roll off the green there.
Wowee.
It's on.
Very slopey green, too. Hmm?
Try for a birdie.
Hey, can you hit the double mega cup? I don't know. I don't know if we can even hit that.
Yeah.
The way today is going
Well,
today.
it's like that. Like I said before, though, that's not even the size of an ice cream pail. That's the size of a trash can, right? Like, it's huge.
Yeah, she could literally put both feet in there.
Third hole. Par 4. Tailwind.
Oh, hey, you know what? This hole reminds me of? It reminds me of, I think it's hole 1 on Pebble Beach. If it's assuming hole 1 on Pebble Beach hasn't changed.
Wow, they actually have real-life golf courses that have fairways this narrow?
Yeah, well, it's basically, it's meant to be like a super huge dog leg, and you're supposed to hit like a short iron or fairway wood up to this point, and then you're supposed to play over to the green there.
Oh.
And that's certainly tempting, given how much of a tailwind I have behind me and how downhill this fairway is. It makes it easier to hit that bunker there, but also you have to hit up this slope if you don't carry properly, right? I'm just going to try this kind of thing.
Well, even if you end up in the rough over there, you'll be not very far from the green anyway.
It's kind of what my logic is.
See you around.
Yeah, maybe semi-rough? Oh. Yeah, maybe semi-rough.
Yeah, that turned out to be not a bad shot, actually.
Yeah, and I've got a wedge shot for my next shot here. That's a really strong wind.
Wow, the soaring symphony music in my headphones here. Makes me feel like I'm at the movies. Right? This sounds almost like one of those, like, Star Wars movie scores or something,
yeah.
right? Yeah, like, doesn't it remind you of that kind of thing?
I suppose so, yeah.
It rises here.
You know, that rousing orchestra movie score?
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's a lot less subdued than the one on the high-ranked course on Hot Shots Golf out of bounds, right? The Royal whatever GC?
Yeah.
Or is this one's Legacy of Golf Links? Yeah, some of these hole layouts, though. I don't think I can hit the ball high enough to clear these rocks.
Can you play from that cliff?
Technically, I think, yeah, but
It doesn't look like it's out of bounds.
I don't think that.
You know, like get your climbing ropes and all that kind of stuff out, and scale the cliff so you can go up there and hit your ball.
I don't know. I have a feeling that if I do this, something bad will happen. Maybe I can carry the cliff. Wow, I didn't make it by much.
You did, though. You made it.
Let's look at that on the replay just to see.
That
like,
turned out to be an amazing shot. Like, wow,
look at how
that.
slim that is.
Yeah,
I missed
you
it by inches. Literal inches. That was a terrible idea to do on a first-time playthrough.
Wow.
Yeah, and then we've got this whole layout.
Yeah, well, you played that super aggressive though, so now you've got a chance to, hit the green in two, right? Wow. Talk about an island green.
Yeah, I think this is a terrible idea too.
Yeah,
But since we're already on terrible ideas,
what's the deal here? Are you supposed to go short iron or something in order to make it to this thing?
oh, I hit the bridge.
Oh, you hit the bridge. Well, you
Bounced off.
you-
How did I hit the bridge? Let's see what angle I hit it at. Let's see if we can get one where we follow the ball. Will this show us? Oh no, I hit the rocks in front of the green.
yeah.
Damn it. I thought I would have hit... There you go. See, there's your high shot trajectory. You wish you had your high shot trajectory there.
I don't know. You were playing that one a bit hyper aggressively anyway.
Well, I mean, you know, we played the tee shot hyper aggressive.
Ready.
I guess it's fine. We'll, take our lumps.
Wonderful shot.
Play our wedge. Look at that green.
Yeah, I know. It's raised in the middle and slopes sharply away on both sides.
A bogey, darling.
Terrible green.
This isn't going very well at all.
Oh, she gets all cold with you.
Yeah.
If she gets a bogey.
Fifth hole.
That's okay.
Par 4.
Okay.
No, I think every time I've played that hole before, I've never played it that aggressively. Not that I've played that hole a whole bunch, because I haven't played this game as much as I have the others. Mm-hmm. See, here's
well,
another thing, too.
I guess you just have to chalk that up to a learning experience, eh?
If you can't hit this perfectly and carry onto that flat patch of fairway 330 yards out, then,
You're screwed.
yeah, you're screwed. Let's see if we can do it. It's better to go left than it is to go right, because there's bunkers over there.
And you just landed in the tail end of that one.
Sure did, and unfortunately, she's bad out of bunkers. So we have to play a little defense now. Although, look at the wall on that bunker anyways. I wasn't going anywhere. Look at my sand wedge roll away.
Wow.
Well, maybe we can make this work. Oh, I needed my super backspin there. We might not carry the green. Oh no, we're hitting a wedge. We're fine. Oh,
Yep.
we're downhill though.
You're going to be able to save par. You should be able to hit a trash can from here.
Yeah, well, you know. You never know.
If you miss that putt, then maybe you better call it a day.
Sixth hole.
I don't know, I missed a lot of putts on my warm-up round.
Yeah, I know, but you weren't putting into trash can-sized holes either, though, right? Yeah, this looks like pretty advanced course. Like,
It is. Oh, we're in that left bunker now. Probably. Oh, no, we're in the bushes.
Just past it and in the bushes.
This is probably worse than being in the bunker. Because we're going to hit that and it's going to make all of our power die.
Yep.
Right? I'll get that swish and then all our power will die. But we'll try it anyways.
I cannot even begin to imagine trying to swing lefty anyway, right? Like,
Well, at least things semi worked out.
I'm actually surprised that they have that in this game. Right? Because I think that probably most people who are not professional golfers probably can't swing the opposite direction to what they're used to, right?
I mean, most professional golfers probably can't either.
Yeah.
I suppose it wasn't bad.
But this is why you're a hot shots golfer, right?
Yeah, I
not
guess.
an everybody's golfer. You're a hot
Yeah,
shots golfer.
I guess so, yeah. What is it, snowing here now?
Yep, it's snowing, which means we're going to lose power. I think the safe side of the screen is actually on the right, but it's not a big safe side.
You're good. Stop. You got it on.
Right, let's see.
Birdie chance.
I might have played that a little defensively.
Oh, misses
missed
the
the
trash
trash
can
can.
sized hole. Wow.
Wonderful putt.
Well, it's all the fucking rain and snow, man. If it hadn't been for the rain. Hey, you know what?
Well,
Everybody else is doing
you've got
terrible.
a 5-shot lead, though. Like everybody else is terrible, too, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're just less terrible.
Yo, I'm playing down to the competition today. Look at that. They give you a bailout area on the right. You don't
yeah.
want to hit the bunker. I might have hit that a little hard. Might be okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's acceptable.
Birdie. Get a birdie, darling.
I just need to hit this hard enough.
Yeah.
We'll hit that, like,
It's a trash can size hole. You don't need to worry about hitting it too hard.
Hands
yeah. Boy, oh boy.
Ninth hole. Par 5.
okay.
Do not make mistake at the end.
Do not make mistake at the end.
Yeah.
That means for sure make a mistake at the end. I don't think I can make this green in 2 because of all the trees and shit in the way.
Yeah.
And there's no way you're going to land a driver on that.
Yeah. The last 2 tournaments in a row that I've played in Hot Shots Golf 2,
Yep.
I've done well up until the very last hole.
Ah.
Right? Remember? And then I fall apart.
Yep.
On the very last hole.
Well, that won't happen to me today.
Yeah, because you've been falling apart for this whole round so
Wow,
far.
thanks, Sandman.
1, 2, 3.
I am feeling a little under the weather today, though.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of a head cold. I guess it is what it is.
Yeah, colds in the summertime suck too.
Yeah, well, you get all stuffy and dry, and everything's all dry.
Yeah.
Kind of sucks in that regard.
Yeah, well, we have a pretty dry climate here too, right?
We do, yeah.
Although, that being said, it's rained just about every day this year.
Yeah, I have to say, the grass is greener than I've ever seen it.
Yeah. Yeah, usually we're dry enough around here that the grass everywhere is kind of brown and dead looking for most of the summer, but yeah, everything is all very nice and green this year because we've gotten lots of rain. In fact, for next year, I'm going to, if it's just in case it rains like that next year, I have to take all of my wife's flower pots and drill holes in the bottom of them so they'll drain because all her flowers, she mounts flowers in these rectangular shaped flower pots on brackets on top of the fence around the yard. And they're all full of water, so all her flowers drowned basically, like, wow. Because we didn't think to like put, oh, you almost put that in. We didn't think to put holes in the bottoms of them just in case we got a lot of rain, because that hardly ever happens here, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Can't stop me now.
Usually she's out there a couple of times a week with the garden hose, like watering the grass and watering her flowers and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yep.
This year she hasn't done it at all.
Now it's top of the world.
And even if I don't hear it, you know, it seems like every morning when I go to let the dog out,
It's always raining.
Or the sidewalk in front of the door is wet.
Yep.
You know, like it may not be raining, but it did a short time ago.
Yep. Yeah, it's like monsoon season out here. Monsoon in the prairies. Although, you know what? The crops will love it.
Well, so long as it stops soon enough, because farmers like to complain, right? And if they're not complaining that they're not getting enough rain, they're complaining because they're getting too much.
All right, we have enough to go to the shop and at least buy a character. We can buy Stuart.
Okay.
Use Stuart a little bit.
Would you like to buy?
Oh, so it's not good enough to just defeat a character in versus mode. You actually have to pay points to open that, like to gain access to that character, too.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
Stuart has no spin and a low shot trajectory. He's miserable.
So, of course, you're going to have to play a tournament with him.
Yeah, so of course it's going to be on that stupid course that we just played, too.
Oh, okay. Is it at least... It's
Oh,
not
no, it's going to be on Al Arabia instead.
Oh, okay.
Off you go.
Could be worse.
Could be worse. Although the back nine on this one is kind of ridiculous. Buddy there has almost no distance without big air, big air.
What?
Yeah, he's some kind of like metalhead, man.
Oh, well,
Or
he has
something.
his tongue sticking out a lot.
Yeah. The stereotype of what people think a metalhead is versus what a metalhead actually is.
Yeah. Well, and I don't know. I mean, is there really such a thing? Because the particular genre known as metal music has existed for
Expect a lot from you.
over 50 years now, right? I mean, 50 years ago it sounded different than it does now, but it was still called the same thing, right?
I'm probably pretty close to a metalhead. At least enough so that I'd call myself one. Oh, we're gonna roll in the semi-rough, and he's bad out of the rough. Terrible. We're already starting terribly.
Oh, wow. They even give you a short club to start with.
Yeah, because he has no impact zone for this kind of thing. He has a low shot trajectory. But we'll just hit a perfect shot out of the rough instead.
Yep.
And it
Well,
hit the front because of the low shot trajectory and end up with a mile-long putt.
A good on.
Oh, let me think.
Try for a birdie.
Isn't it nerve-wracking?
Not really. Although I'm going to miss this by a mile. I don't know why I didn't play that more.
Oh dear.
I don't know what the hell I was doing. I looked at that, and as soon as it left the face of the putter, I'm like, yeah, I missed that putt. I guess I'll just play it up to the fact that it was ridiculously long.
11th hole. Par 4.
Wow, it's raining.
Yeah, now we've got rain. You know, normally I'd take a little bit off this and try to land it, like, in this area. But with the rain, I might be able to just full power it.
Wonderful shot.
Wonder if I aimed that far enough to the left. Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, it actually went went fairly well.
How strong is that wind? 1.3 yards uphill, we have the rain.
You're good. That will do. You got it on.
That works.
Get a birdie, darling.
Oh, now we got music again.
An upslope, darling.
Only for now. Oh, I hit that too hard. Oh, it doesn't matter.
Yep, slammed it in.
Slam it in.
That is how you do it.
Wow, man, I dent my driver doing that.
Huh.
12th hole. Par 4.
Actually, I had to buy a new driver at some point because I actually bent up the face of my driver hitting the ball. I hit it on like the very top line of the club.
Yeah,
and that basically
but because that was also a cheaper set of clubs, though.
Yeah, it was.
That set of clubs. So you know, like it was not as well made. It wasn't like a tailor-made driver or anything.
That's right.
It was
No, it was just like some no-name brand.
Some no-name brand. Yeah, it was a starter, basically a starter set of clubs, right? Before you decided that you were going to play, you know, enough to make it worthwhile getting a better set.
Yeah, I think that set overall cost like $250.
Yeah,
when I bought
it was strictly entry level stuff.
It was not an expensive set by any means. Well, this is an interesting shot.
But I don't think that even though you do swing hard, I don't think you'd be able to dent the head on your tailor-made driver.
No, although I have marked up the face on it, though.
Lovely chance. Is it even possible? An upslope, darling. It's a slice.
Now, I also remember on that cheap set of clubs that I had, I also ended up, oh, what was it? I didn't hit that hard enough. That is not hard enough. I'm gonna roll back down.
Oh, oh no! Wow.
Easy now. Keep your cool.
That is a steep slope up.
Yep.
Wow.
That's how a lot of these greens are. On these harder courses. If you miss, they deliberately make them, and they'll like put a hole in a hill in the green, and then they'll drill a hole into the side of it and put the pin there. Be like, haha, you missed, so now you get another 15-foot putt. I mean, maybe that'll be okay.
Yep, looks okay.
That's about where I was trying to aim it.
Now, I still remember my very first set of clubs that I bought. I bought them when I was like 13 or 14 years old.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because I got my first part-time job after school when I was 13.
Oh, yeah.
And so I had money to spend and all that kind of stuff. And I spent about $150 on a 7-piece set that I bought from Sears catalog.
Wow. Oh.
And the woods were like, I had a driver and a 3-wood, and then a 9, 7, 5, and 3-iron, I think. Right?
Yep.
And the driver was smaller than a modern 3-wood is, right?
Yep.
Because they were also wooden heads too.
Yep.
So, you know, like the head on the driver was smaller than a modern 3-wood, and you know, like the 3-wood was like almost like a, you know, a long, like what a hybrid club would be like, right?
Yep.
For size, but although the shaft was longer, right? It was like the length of a wood shaft, right?
Yeah, and I guess the head wouldn't be offset too.
No. And I used that set of clubs all the way up until that trip to Vancouver, actually, because I took my clubs with me too. We went and played golf at Whistler.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And we were playing, and it was raining so hard that, but you know what? We were playing golf at Whistler, so you don't just pack up and go home when it rains, right?
Yeah. Because
it's like, you know, the ultimate special vacation destination for people who like to play golf, I guess.
Yep.
And by the time we were done, we walked back into the clubhouse, and I was so soaked that every time I put my foot down to when I walked, there was water squeezing out of my shoes and onto. I was leaving wet footprints on the carpet in the clubhouse. Right?
Wow.
Not muddy, but wet.
Yeah.
Like water. But I hit an absolutely monstrous drive with that little tiny headed driver though on that round, right?
Well, that's the thing about those things is they're not as forgiving as modern clubs, but if you hit them dead on the screws, you can still hit it like crazy far, right?
Yeah. Well, there's a couple of times I went golfing at a public course out west of the city here many years ago with my niece when she was still young, like 19 or 20 years old, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And she liked to play golf too, I guess. And so she happened to be in town, and we went golfing. And I drove the green on one of the par fours on that with that driver.
Wow.
Well, because like you say, if you hit them right on the screws, well, you know, and even back then when I was like physically in the prime of my life, I was like, you know, pretty strong guy too, right? Like I could swing. I could probably swing a golf club with as high a swing speed as what you've got now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Although I haven't played in a few years myself, so my swing's probably a lot slower than it used to be.
Yeah. Well, it's too expensive now. I mean, guy can't even afford to go and play golf anymore.
Yes, the economy.
Well, you know what? It's just in general, everything is more expensive now. But you know, like I can remember back then, you know, like you could go and play a round of golf at one of the local golf courses, and it would cost you like $25, right?
Yep.
And now, I mean, I don't know what it is like now, but I know up until about 5 or 6 years ago, you know, if two people with a cart was like over $100.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know, it was easily more than double what it used to cost for one, you know, for a person to play 18, right?
Yep. I'm gonna wait for that balloon to go up. Hopefully it's up enough. Yeah, it's up enough.
Yeah, you missed it this time.
Stupid balloons.
I was surprised that you hit that, actually.
Yeah, well, you know, you'd think...
Because that's just an addition of another little hazard that isn't normal. That's not a normal golf course hazard, right? You know, it's like the sailboats on that one course.
Yeah.
But it seems to me like the last couple of games in this series, they've added some environmental hazards that are not normal golf hazards, right?
Yep.
Like, what was it in the last one? It was like that ship with the masts sticking up and that kind of thing.
Downslope. It's a slice.
Oh, I hit that too hard. It's going to go past the hole.
But anyway, you know, like the last... The last few years in my career that I worked, I've made pretty decent money, so I could still afford to go and play golf, right? Even though it was a lot more expensive than it was when I was young.
Yep.
But, you know, just to give you an idea, though, as someone at the peak of my earning potential, it costs more to play golf than it did when I was like a young fellow that was just like another rank and file schmuck, right?
Yep.
You know?
Do not make mistake at the end.
And not making like a supervisor's wage kind of thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Wonderful shot.
Maybe it'll be okay.
You have potential.
Oh, look at that. Wow, you
Pin
almost got
shot.
a hole in one.
Well, I guess that's why you play a control character.
Wow.
Although I hit that way too hard.
Yeah, well, that was pretty close to a hole in one. Have you ever gotten a hole in one in this game?
I think so, yeah. But I don't know if I've gotten one on camera or not.
Yeah.
I might not have gotten an albatross in this game before.
Well, you earned a star anyway.
Oh, we unlocked the versus mode already. Wow, that was a quick unlock for a versus mode. I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever unlocked it after just a couple rounds.
Well, what do you think? You just play the rest of the tournaments and then play the versus mode next time, or what?
I could.
Well, you're at about an hour and 10 minutes right now, so...
Fair. Yo, I think the...
And if you're going to play an 18-hole warm-up match...
Although this one is a 9-hole for Mount Sakura, so... That might be a little bit easier. We're going to use our best character for Mount Sakura.
Except that I saw that the special rule is Teeny Cup.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Oh, boy. Well, I guess I'd better hope that I can put it really close to the hole.
But yeah, I mean, I can remember in, what was it, 1990? I bought a brand new car.
Yep.
And it was a nice car, like a fancy car. And I paid like $20,000 for it.
Wow.
And a car like that now is like 50 grand at least.
Yeah, way more.
Right?
Yeah, well, we're not going to do that because there's that tree there. We're going to do this. Play this hole the way I've always played this hole. In every single game that this course has been in.
And I can remember when I was a teenager, and about the time when that movie Smokey and the Bandit came out.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, everybody that could afford to was driving a Trans Am right after that movie. But you could buy a new Trans Am for around $7,000 or $8,000 back then, right?
Oh, I shanked that.
Whereas its equivalent, I guess, or rough equivalent nowadays would be a Camaro, which is probably about an $80,000 car now, right?
Yep. I hit the tiny cup.
Yep.
Ah. Yeah, that's literally the size of a golf ball.
Yep, that's pretty
small
well.
cup.
Like I said, it's a teeny cup, right?
Watch, this will be the fucking tournament that I lose.
Well, I don't know. Maybe the others won't be able to keep pace too, right? So it just gives you an idea of how much things have increased, right?
Yep.
In price. And not just the raw price increase, but also in relation to what people make.
Uh-oh, I think I might roll off the end of the fairway here.
You're going to run out of fairway.
I'm going to run out of fairway. I've never done that before. Okay. Well, I guess we're not going to get an eagle on this hole after all. Guess I should have taken a 3-wood off the tee. I didn't think I could hit the ball that far. We actually hit the ball too far.
Yeah.
Because you can't actually hit the ball far enough to hit the ball down that slope all the way in Hot Shots Golf 3 and 4. But I guess we have a character who can hit the ball 296 yards, over 300 with a power shot.
Yeah.
So that kind of makes sense.
But that's just how much the world has changed, because when I was in high school, I worked at a gas station, right?
Yep.
And, you know, I made an okay wage for a kid working a part-time job, right? Like I was able to buy an old junker car and, you know, keep it on the road and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
But there was a guy working there doing the same job as me, but he was the full-time guy who worked like Monday to Friday.
Yep.
And I don't know what he made, but he made enough money to buy a new car. And it wasn't a hugely fancy car. It was an okay car. It was like an Oldsmobile of some sort, right?
Yep.
You know?
That's going to be in that bunker. Oh, no, we missed the bunker. We're good.
Nope, you're past the bunker.
Okay, we can make this green now.
But nowadays, if there is anybody that still works in a gas station pumping gas, I kind of think that they probably couldn't even afford to buy a car on what they make now.
No, probably not.
Because, you wages have gone up a lot less than the amount that things cost over the past couple of generations, actually.
Well, it's not even a matter of just that. Like they've had ideas of
Wow.
they've had ideas of like instituting like minimum wage laws and things like that. And I think the minimum wage in this part is like $16 or $18 now.
Yeah.
But everything is twice as expensive now too. So the minimum wage laws didn't really do anything to help us out there. All it did was drive the price up for everything else, for everybody else. And it's not like everyone else's wage went up. I sure know my wage didn't go up.
Well, I think also what's happened too is you've seen the trend of companies basically buying up and absorbing competing companies.
Yep.
Until, like, at one time there were a lot more retail, like large retail chains than there is now, right?
Yep.
But, like 4 or 5 of them that I can think of in the last 20 years have disappeared.
Yep.
And, like that kind of thing does not breed competition, which does not breed
Lower prices,
right?
Yep.
Monopolies, basically allow the companies that own those monopolies to gouge customers, right?
Yep. Well, even if we talk about things like, they talked lots about command economies versus market economies in school for people and things like that. Well, if you have a economy with basically no competition in it, it's no different than a command economy, right? Yeah. You're either going to have sky-high prices or you're going to have no products.
Yeah, but another thing, too, is that a lot of these huge corporations now that have absorbed the competitors are publicly traded companies, too. Yep. And they have a completely different philosophy than the old family-owned businesses, right? Because the old family-owned businesses, even if they got to be fairly large, if they were profitable, well, they were generally speaking... Yeah, you're doing well on the tiny cup.
Yeah, I don't know how. Maybe it's because the greens are really flat.
But they were generally speaking, so long as they were profitable, they were usually satisfied with being profitable, right?
Yeah.
But with publicly traded companies, they have to maintain their stock prices and all that kind of stuff. And they basically strive for growth just for the sake of growth.
Yep.
And it becomes it's a much greedier.
I don't even know if they say strive for growth. They mostly just strive for returns to shareholders, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with what they're producing or anything else.
This whole layout looks strangely familiar.
It's because it's the one with the big hill in it that's super uphill like this.
Yeah, but
although I might have just screwed myself because I think these trees are a little taller.
I can remember seeing a hole laid out like this. Is this Sakura?
Yeah, this is Sakura.
That's why this hole looks familiar. Okay. But anyway, getting back to the topic at hand, I worked for, near the beginning of my career, I worked for a company that was owned by a family.
Yep.
And it was a large company, right? They were a construction materials company. So they owned all sorts of construction companies and mining companies and stuff all the way from coast to coast here in Canada, right?
Yep.
And, they had, like a certain philosophy even when it came to investing money in the operations to keep things in good repair and all that kind of stuff. And then he sold, like the head of the company, basically sold his company to Lafarge.
Yep.
Which is a huge global publicly traded multinational company. And I saw a change in the philosophy, even the way that the company was run.
Yep.
And I saw that same thing. Eventually, I left that company to go and work for Inland, which later became known as Lehigh Hansen, because I mentioned that companies were devouring other companies. Well, Lehigh, Heidelberg, basically, bought out this company based out of England called Hanson,
Yep.
and they became known as Lehigh Hanson. But because it's a publicly traded company, well, they're always striving to wring every last
dime out.
out of every, you know what I mean? Like and yet they wouldn't even no matter how profitable your local operation was, they wouldn't reinvest that money back into that local operation unless they absolutely had to.
Yeah, not
right?
even to buy new equipment.
Not even to buy new equipment, because some of the like I was responsible for the operation and maintenance of 3 plants out there, and all 3 of those plants had equipment in them that were as old as I am.
Yep.
Right? Like at the time, like I was in my late 40s, I guess, when I was working for those guys. But they had some stuff in there like crushers that were 45 years old that were still in use, right?
Yep.
And screeners that were built in the 1950s. Like some of that stuff was older than me. So, like it was a completely different philosophy compared to the like private not non-listed, like not listed on the stock exchange kind of privately owned company, right?
Yep.
It was completely different philosophy, and not only that, but even the way that they dealt with their employees and treated their employees. Like it was I went from the privately owned company where there was no union, and you know what? There was one or two disgruntled employees. Like there's one in every crowd, right?
I could just put that in the bunker.
But for the most part, the people there were reasonably happy and reasonably productive and liked their jobs, and like they got along, right?
Yeah.
But in the Lehigh Hanson world with the union, well, because of the way the company dealt with their workers too, they would negotiate contracts and try to get pay absolutely the bottom dollar that they possibly could, right?
Yep.
And of course, the people on the other side of the table are aware of this, and they're negotiating to try and get the most of what they can. And when negotiations finally were agreed upon, well, usually most of the employees out there, it created a adversarial relationship between workers and management, right?
Yep.
So yeah, there's a lot of things that are very different about publicly traded companies versus privately owned companies.
Well, that's because
and if I had to go back to work now, I would rather work for a privately owned company that is non-unionized than a publicly traded company.
Well, I mean, I've said my controversial opinion on this once before, but I'll say it again. There is no difference between a publicly traded company and a state-run enterprise, right? Publicly traded companies are socialism that is collective ownership at its worst.
Yeah, the only
Right.
thing is, though, the publicly traded company is usually better at making money than the government-run operation is.
Well, but that's also, I believe there was I won't say here, but there was a particular individual in the past who had the idea that people who are experts in their own industries, and this isn't an idea I agree with anyways, just to let people know, but there was an individual in the past who had the idea that people who are experts in their own industries should be left to run their own industries because they'll be more productive than a state bureaucrat will, as long as they fulfill their purpose towards the end of the state. And I have a little bit of a political education in that regard.
Yep.
And I don't agree with that. I don't believe that people should be working towards the ends of the state. I think that's a terrible idea. It's a very totalitarian and authoritarian idea. I think that you should be just working to make your life better, and if the people around you benefit, all the better.
Yeah.
But that's why corporatism is still socialism, and it is still collective ownership, and it is still bad.
Yeah, and it is also based on greed, right? Like I said, I would rather work for the...
I mean, I'd say it's all based on greed.
Yeah. But like I said, I would rather work for the privately owned company, though, because I have to say that having experienced both, I found the even once they promoted me to like a foreman position, I found the management easier to deal with.
Yep.
In the privately owned company.
Well, and they also have a more of an incentive to take better care of you too, right? Because they don't have anybody around who could possibly bail them out or anything. They don't have a big, massive savings built up. They're basically responsible for their own sole survival, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, what part of what you were describing with companies like skimping on their equipment costs and things like that? Well, part of what big publicly traded corporations will do is they'll basically cannibalize themselves in order to sustain less profitable operations so that they can maintain their size in front, right?
Yeah.
And so your area might be profitable, but they might have some place halfway around the world that is unprofitable, and so your operation is really just paying for their losses halfway around the world.
Good job.
But,
all I can tell you is that during the time when I was working there was when they were building the big ring road highway around the city.
Oh, yeah.
And they were also building what is currently the latest and greatest sports arena.
Yep.
You know, like massive construction
Infrastructure projects, yeah.
And I have to tell you that business in the aggregate building materials field was good.
I bet
it was good. Like the plants that I was running was
I just hit that bunker.
basically producing around 2 million tons of finished product a year.
Yep.
Right.
That's a tough line.
I didn't think I was going to hit that bunker. I got to be honest. Thought I was clear of the bunker.
All right.
Nope.
So it was most definitely a profitable organization, like a profitable operation.
Oh,
That was a terrible putt.
that was
Wow.
a terrible putt, and we just ran off the green because of how downhill that is.
Wow. Well, you better make this one.
Yeah, well, I have to make this one. Wow, I don't know if I can make this one. This is not easy either. No, we didn't make that one either. Oh. These greens are a nightmare, though,
A bogey, huh?
on this course.
Oh.
But yeah, no, I'm anti-big corporation and also anti-state ownership of businesses. I hate both of them.
Yeah. And you know what? Back when Lafarge first bought out
Ooh, that's gonna be in the rough.
like the guy's company, right, which was basically a large group of companies from coast to coast.
Yep.
Well, they ended up with a monopoly in the gravel business here locally.
Yeah.
And of course, there were some anti-competition laws, so they had to, like sell off a portion of the company that they had purchased.
Yep.
And create a viable, I'm going to use finger quotes, competitor, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, the competitor that they created was much, much smaller than their operations were here locally.
Yep.
And I think that competing company is still in operation to this day. But I mean, they were never really a threat to Lafarge's profitability.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh my God! I missed,
Well, look at that!
and it went in. Wow.
That was just like you planned it, right?
Yeah. Well, you take 2 attempts instead of 1.
Yeah.
Fourth hole.
No, I just didn't want to leave it short up that stupid hill.
But as far as I could tell, I mean, like I'm just a little guy on the outside looking in, but as far as I could tell, they may as well have not bothered doing that, because the so-called competition that they created for themselves in the marketplace wasn't and it didn't make any difference whatsoever.
Yeah.
Right? And what they did was they basically sold the equivalent of a couple of portable crushing spreads and got rid of a few of the pits that they didn't really plan on developing much anyway.
Probably the ones that were less profitable too.
Well, or the ones where getting permits for would be troublesome and that kind of thing, right?
Yep.
Because that's a big part of that industry too, is dealing with
Local regulators.
well, not just local, but also provincial, because you've got to deal with people at both the provincial and county levels.
Yep.
And possibly even municipal, like city levels, if depending on where these operations are, right?
Yep.
And a lot of the pits that Lafarge got rid of in this little, shell game were basically within the city limits, right?
Yep.
And so they got rid of a bunch of permitting problems too.
Oh. How do you miss by 0.4 feet?
Ooh la la. You can move.
Just the way that you did it.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to play this the way I always play it. Yeah, no, I definitely am of the opinion that we need much, much stronger anti-monopoly laws, and I actually wouldn't...
Because I think that a lot of these companies that are so huge should have to break up into, like, half a dozen different companies.
Well, we should do to them what we did to Standard Oil, basically, back in the day, right? Or rather, I guess what the Americans did to Standard Oil, where they broke apart Standard Oil for having a monopoly on the oil industry. And that was back in the early 1900s that happened. I think I just put that in the bunker again.
But when you look at the behavior of all of the different, like gas stations, and everybody sells gas for the same price. Literally. Like everybody.
Well,
like
the technicality is that they're not allowed to actively meet behind closed doors. But they can just look over at what the other guys charge.
Yeah, they can just look at the sign and go, okay, that's what we're charging this week.
Basically. Or worse, you can have a situation where it's the suppliers involved in setting the price, right?
Yeah.
Wow. That was a rough-looking par.
Yep. But anyway, if they were really going to be serious about anti-monopoly, they would force the largest of these corporations to divest like 80% of their holdings and create 5 or 6 smaller companies, right?
Yeah.
That could then all compete with each other.
Well, unfortunately, the way
because that's the way things were back in the 1970s. You didn't have any of these gigantic conglomerates, right?
Yeah.
Like you had like for example, in the retail business, like I talked about, you had several large-ish.
Oh my God, that broke in the exact opposite direction that it said it was going to break in.
Wow, you're really sucking on the green
hey,
today.
I played that break.
Yeah,
it just was in the exact
anyway,
opposite
like
direction.
I was saying, they had several large-ish, retailers that were all competing with each other.
Yeah.
Instead of having 2,
Well, a big part of that too is like the government willingly allows these things to exist too, because first of all they're concerned about employment numbers, and then secondly, it's a lot easier for a government to negotiate with and legislate their own personal policies with regards to the economy with a few large industry leaders than it is for them to negotiate with a entire industry and try to make up regulations independently, right?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that is another socialist philosophy. That is a corporatist philosophy. It stems back to Italian fascism. So, very evil stuff. But that's actually where that comes from. And unfortunately, a lot of Western governments have kind of gone that way, because the problem is that, economies have ups and downs, but people expect the government to fix the economy all the time or to make the economy better. And while the government can do some things, like try to at least make sure the money supply is stable and make sure that nobody's getting a monopoly, ultimately, business will be good when business is good, and business will be bad when business is bad. And if you try to prop that up, it creates other problems.
Well, I don't know about all that. All I can tell you is from my own personal observation is that competition is generally less now than it used to be.
Most certainly.
and there are fewer, like I said, there are fewer stores. I mean, we used to have, if you walked through a mall, you'd see Eaton's and Sears and Hudson's Bay,
Yep.
and Zellers, and you know what I mean? Like, none of those 4 companies actually exist anymore.
Well, malls are basically dying, unfortunately. I love malls,
but those 4 that I just listed, they were all large department store chain retailers, right? Oh, look at this! You almost did it again.
Not intentionally, though.
And none of those 4 exist anymore. They've all been absorbed by other larger companies, right?
Or just flat out shut down and
Or
pulled
just
out.
flat out shut down and pulled out. But but there's somebody out there that's taken their place, and you know, like they're
A lot of online retailers now, right?
Yeah.
Like
Well, I mean,
your Amazons,
Amazon,
your eBays,
yeah.
particularly your Amazons. I mean, Amazon had a well, I guess I'll refer to it as an interesting model where they would actually run non-profitable years in the interest of raw expansion.
Yeah.
And I don't know how sustainable that's going to be in the long run, but certainly it probably has to do with, you know, some of the decisions that they've made in regards to their streaming platform now, as growth has slowed down. Boy, I feel so grim talking about these serious economic issues.
Yeah, well, I wasn't trying to talk about them from the point of an economist. I was trying to talk about them from the point of view of a consumer who has noticed that the number of shopping choices that I've had has shrunk.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. You know, whereas I used to have a choice of 6 different stores to go and buy a particular product from. Now it's 2. Now it's 2.
It's even
right?
worse if you think about it, because there's a lot that you don't see behind the scenes too, right? Like, even if these storefronts have multiple names, more of them are all owned by the same company.
If you follow them back, they're all owned by the same company.
Yeah, that's a particularly jarring phenomenon that exists in multiple places in the economy now.
Mm-hmm. But also even things like, you know, like housing and the price of a house now.
Being $500,000?
You know what? I can remember in the 70s, I mean, my dad used to have pretty itchy feet, and he'd get tired of living in a particular place after 2 or 3 years. So we'd put the house up for sale, and he would actually just go and get another job in the town that we wanted to move to, and then sell the house, buy another house.
Yep.
And, you know, like within a year, we were all set up just like nothing had happened, right?
Yep.
But you can't do that now.
No, you're lucky if you can even afford a house now.
Yep. Well, and you sure wouldn't be able to afford to actually pick up and move every 2 or 3 years.
No.
It would drive you into bankruptcy. But not only that, but, you know, like there was no 10-year-old cars in our driveway, right?
That's the average age of a car on the road now.
We were not rich. Like, we were basically, like, my dad is an electrician, right?
Yep.
So he was a tradesman.
He made decent money.
He made decent money, and you know what? He could afford, because my mom also had to have a car to drive.
Yep.
Well, you know what? He could afford to have his truck or van or whatever it was that he was driving, and a car for her.
Yep.
And both of those cars were no more than usually 4 or 5 years old, right?
Yep.
And when they got to be 4 or 5 years old, well, then he'd go trade them in on something newer again, right?
Yep. Yep. Think I'll play this.
But back in those days, though, I mean, one of the cars that he bought for Mum was a 1978 Dodge Omni, and brand new, that car was $4,000, right? And that was about the time when people were buying Trans Ams after the Smokey and the Bandit movie.
Oh, yeah.
And you could buy a Trans Am for about twice that.
Well, if you
Right.
want to buy a car for $4,000, you better be a mechanic, right? I've seen listings for things like
if
that.
you-
They'll
if-
have like half the front end missing.
Yeah, nowadays, if you go buy a car for $4,000, it might not run.
That's right. You might be buying it from a reputable dealer and it still won't run.
Well, you might be buying it just for parts,
Yeah.
to strip parts for another car, right?
I don't like that wind. I don't like that wind direction on this hole.
Good job.
I think that wind direction is very dangerous.
Well, you played the conservative shot there.
I mean, it'll make approaching this green a little easier, maybe in theory. But I did not feel comfortable with that tee shot. At all. I'll try this.
But you know what? It's also kind of shocking because I can remember, like back around 2000, so, like 26, 27 years ago.
Yep.
And my boss at the time was, like all happy because him and his wife they bought themselves a house and they were moving in and it was their first house because they were relatively young too, right?
Yeah, yep.
It was their first, experience with home ownership and all that kind of stuff. And it was like a 3-bedroom bungalow in a newer neighborhood.
Yep.
Like not a fancy highbrow neighborhood or anything, but a neighborhood that it was less than 20 years old.
Yep.
And he paid like $120,000 for this house. Right?
Wow.
Yep.
That's crazy.
And
I wish.
I can remember when I was young and going around on Sundays with my wife, window shopping we used to call it, right?
Yep.
Like we'd go around and look at all the fancy houses.
Yep.
And we went and looked at this one house that was like super fancy. It was a 2,000 square foot house, and it had a walkout basement onto a stormwater lake.
Wow.
And a huge backyard and all that kind of stuff. And they wanted like $165,000 for that house.
Oh, I hit the tree.
Yeah, you hit the tree.
What are the odds that I hit the tree?
I remember walking away from that house and saying to her, you know what? That's a nice house and all, but paying $165,000 for a house is absolutely fucking ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
Like that was a ridiculously high-priced, like highbrow house in a brand new neighborhood where every house was like a, we're talking doctors and lawyers moving into these places, right?
Yep.
Very good.
Oh, no.
And then I can remember just before I bought the place we're in now, going and looking at a house that was a old house by
Yep.
this time. That would have been a fairly new house at about the time when we used to window shop when we were young. But it was a fairly old house now. And it was a multi-level split and all that kind of stuff. But they wanted $177,000 for this house, which at that time was like a 30 or 35-year-old house, right?
Yep. Well, I can tell you things have not gotten better in that regard.
And so you went from, like the absolute best of the best of the best, in highbrow fancy houses, and we're talking slate floors and all that kind of stuff too in this house that we were looking at for $165,000 to something that's basically a fixer-upper for $175,000, 25 years later, right?
Yeah, things got crazy overinflated, crazy fast.
Yeah, it happened really quick too. I was amazed at how quickly it happened.
Well, it kind of makes me envy how things go across the border sometimes with their housing prices. I mean, I know they had the big housing crash, which we didn't have because our government stepped in. But at the same time, though, I know somebody from, say, Oklahoma. And houses in Oklahoma, I mean, he complains about the housing prices down there, but I saw a house listed there for like $150,000. It's like, damn, I wish houses were $150,000 here.
They haven't been $150,000 here in probably 25 years or more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me your $150,000 house. I'll gladly do that. Of course, the wages are a little lower in Oklahoma too, right? But
Right on the green. Sink this, bro.
I don't know if they're that much lower that
Well, just
$150,000
to give you an
would be
idea,
like.
though, at about the time when my boss was buying his $120,000 house, right, which was like a pretty average house, you know, like it was a, it looked like it was a decent size. If I had to guess, I'd say 1,350 or maybe 1,400 square feet,
Yep.
and 3-bedroom bungalow, you know, with a basement, you know, under it and all that kind of stuff, and you know, good sized lot and everything. And then around that time, we made a trip, like a business trip, to a convention down in Nashville.
Yep.
And part of our touring around and traveling from place to place in Nashville, because they had people down there that were driving us around and, you know, like touring with us and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
That were basically, we went down there and we toured the plant that built some of the equipment that we had, right?
Yep.
And so we're driving by and we are on the freeway, but looking down off the freeway into this neighborhood. And they're all houses that look like, you know, kind of like the one my boss just bought.
Yep.
But they're sitting on these massive lots where you could put like 4 of those houses comfortably, right?
Yeah, the lots are way bigger in the States.
And I said to the guy who was touring us around, so what's a house and a lot like that worth down here? And he said $75,000.
Oh my God. Oh, I wish. I wish. Wow.
But the thing is, though, you got to remember the difference in the economy, too, because the guys who were working in the plant down there that made the equipment that we used,
Yep.
well, they were making like $16, $17 an hour, right?
Yep.
And they could, but with making that kind of money, they could afford to buy a $75,000 house, right?
That's right, yep.
You know? So it's all relative.
Although I do think, though, too, given that we are the second largest country in the world, there's no way that lots should be so
Well,
small
you know
and
what?
houses should be so pricey.
It's not just necessarily that we're geographically speaking the second largest country in the world. You have to look at the number of people per square mile.
Yeah,
right?
we have almost no one.
We have almost no one. We're one of the most lightly populated countries in the world. So I don't know why property is so expensive.
Yeah.
The laws of supply and demand would not indicate that it should be, right?
I mean, in a technical sense, it might be, but we'd
Well,
be
if you
going
want
into
to live
a
in the
touchier
city,
topic there.
if you want to live in the city, I can see that property values would be a little higher. But I mean, even in the small town in the northern part of the province where I come from now, you know, like you're looking at the better part of $500,000 to buy a house, right?
Yeah. Ooh, okay, I didn't hit it.
And it never used to be that way.
It's a somewhat touchy topic, but I guess I'll touch on it a little bit. So, part of the problem, too, is that as prices got more and more expensive in Canada, people started having less and less families and less kids and things like that. And then that kind of played into having less taxpayers, which meant that we had to either drive up taxes to have the services that we have, or we had to bring in more people, right? And
so they did both.
Yeah, they did both. They raised taxes and they started bringing in more people. And I don't have a problem with bringing in more people, but you also have to understand that, 10 years ago, I think we had a population of like 35 million people, which is like the population of California. And now we have a population of like 40 million people. And I think at our highest rate, we were bringing in something like 800,000 new people per year, and the housing industry certainly couldn't keep up with that. And there was also the fact that housing prices were already inflated because our government stepped in to bail out the housing industry, which is why we didn't have a housing market crash. And the benefit of that was you didn't have a whole bunch of people living out of their cars and basically being de facto homeless because they defaulted on their mortgage. But the downside was that anybody who didn't have a house is basically never going to afford one now. I know I certainly don't have a house.
Yeah, well, I was fortunate that I got into where I am just a year before
Yeah.
a huge price spike. Like
Things were already starting then.
Like the I live in a townhouse, like in a row housing complex,
Yep,
right?
yep.
Because I decided that I was not going to pay $170,000 for a 40-year-old house.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wasn't going to pay that kind of money, so I ended up paying about $100,000 for the place I live in now.
Yep.
And within 2 years, it had tripled in value.
Wow.
And that doesn't normally happen on row housing properties. Okay?
No,
they don't normally appreciate in value, or if they do, they only do it very slowly, right?
Well, if you think that's bad, you should see what row housing looks like in Toronto or Vancouver.
Yeah, but,
Oh,
but the
God.
crazy thing is that even if I could sell this place now for more than double of what I paid for it, if I were, where am I going to go?
Yeah, there's nowhere to go.
I'd have to pay that kind of money for another place anyway.
That's right.
Right?
Yep.
So might as well just stay here.
Well, I'm gonna attempt this match play.
Are you going to attempt this match play? All right. Well, we're at an hour and 50 here now.
Maybe I'll try it with Xiaoling here.
So you got to polish this guy off quick.
Well, that shouldn't be too hard. I mean, I've mostly been doing that for the most part with these versus modes, because these guys spray the ball all over the place. So we'll see how this works. I don't know if if there are any special rules on this round.
But you know what? It makes me shake my head in disbelief to think that some people who live here now, who got in a few years after me, paid almost $300,000 for a, basically a row housing.
Oh, that's
townhouse.
That's nothing. When
right?
I looked to buy a place in here too when I heard about how you got your place in here, and at one point, places in here were going for $350,000, and that's just insane.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the prices have fallen a little bit since then, but still,
they never did come down all the way.
Not to the level that they were at when I bought in here, anyway.
And they probably never will either.
Which was a little over 20 years ago, I guess.
Yeah. So
But
this guy is a power hoser. He hits the ball 275 yards.
Wow.
But he has no control rating.
Into the tree.
Oh man, he got an unplayable for that.
It didn't drop out of the tree. You see what kind of trees those are? I don't know what kind of trees they are, but those are pretty dense looking branches, right?
I want to say they're a cypress tree, but I have no idea.
Well, he missed that time.
I don't actually know what a cypress tree looks like, but I think they're a cypress tree.
I have no idea.
That's underhit.
That's just a really bizarre looking tree with very, very dense branch systems, right?
Yeah, I think I've seen them before. 'Cause I read about various places all the time. I've got an interest in the world and things like that. And I think I've seen trees like that before in real life. Well, not personally, but like in like reading and in like various books and pictures and things like that. That might be a little bit too hard, but I'm hoping that maybe the wind...
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Good shot.
Thank you. Yeah, I figured we'd give some love to Xiaoling here. Let her do a versus mode. Man, he got his chip-in bogey.
Chip-in bogey.
Yeah, he's got no control rating either. He's your classic power hitter.
Yeah.
Although he's a little different because he actually hits a draw for a power hitter instead of a fade. I think he has a mid shot trajectory because he has a B for backspin. I wish he had a high shot trajectory. I'd play him more if he did. Although almost, as you can see by the cast that we've unlocked so far, almost nobody has a high shot trajectory in this game. I'm gonna wait for the fucking balloon to go up.
Yeah, see, if you had a high shot trajectory, that balloon would be an even worse hazard than it is.
I don't know though, because I'd feel more confident in carrying this rock on my own. So I could aim basically directly over the rock. I think I hit it off the edge of the fairway. Whoops.
Yep, you hit it too far. You went too far.
Into the bush.
That's okay, this guy's probably going to screw this up anyway.
He took a ton off that power shot.
Yeah.
Big thing though is him being a power hitter, he can actually make this green in two, theoretically. We'll see if I lose this hole because of that bad
I don't know,
drive.
that looks like a tough shot. He's not even going to try.
He's not even trying, he's just playing it up with the driver.
Yeah, why did he do that?
I don't know, so he can chip on from here?
I know, but why would he do that with a driver? I mean, wouldn't it be easier to just select a shorter club?
Yeah, probably. But, you know. He's gonna do what he's gonna do. I'm not sure how this is gonna come out of this. Or if it's gonna come out of this. Figured that would happen. That's why I took the bigger club. Oh man, that's really bending though.
Yeah, wow. Eh? Well, you're in about the same place he was.
It's okay. I can make it from here at least. This is a makeable shot. It's a very strong wind though, wow. You know what? That's probably why I outdrove the fairway, is because of that strong wind. I didn't realize it was so strong. Try that. And hope. No, that's still going to carry deep into the green. That is a crazy strong wind.
You're still on in 3.
Crazy strong wind. Oh, he's going to hit that way too hard. Look at the sand wedge roll.
Wow.
We're right next to each other somehow. Maybe he thought that I felt lonely or something.
Sink this for a birdie.
Nope.
This could win it all.
Could it?
Looks good.
Yep, you got it.
Nice.
Early bird gets the run.
Third hole. Par 4. Okay, now we go.
All right.
So is that tree in the middle going to be a hazard?
No, I'm not really worried about it. With this somewhat downhill thing, I'll probably drive it right past it.
Good job.
Because the fairway is downhill from the tee box. So we'll hit like way longer than we think we are.
Yeah. Okay.
It's actually the tree right in front of the green that is
the second tree that's the hazard. Yeah.
That's right, yeah. Although we're far enough to the right that we're fine.
Wow, he's not getting full power on anything.
No, well, the AI in this game sandbags crazy hard.
Yeah.
They've never really been up to that Hot Shots Golf 2 level since Hot Shots Golf 2. Why did he do that? Oh, he didn't put spin on that. Maybe that's why. Nope. Well,
He still hit it off the back.
I don't understand how you hit it off the back at that slope. I don't understand that. I don't understand. I'm not going to put spin on this either, but I'm going to not hit it anywhere near as hard as he did, and probably I could have hit it even harder than that.
Right.
Wow, that's really downhill.
Yup.
If he misses this, it's gone. Wow, look at that.
Yeah, I think that was with, no, he didn't put spin on that or anything, but,
No, I didn't know you could actually chip that short.
yeah, he might have been better off trying to putt. Although that's just a really rough, bad position to be in. You just don't want to be there, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's uphill.
There, putting for dough today. Finally.
Oh, I don't know about that. I just slammed that in.
You just massacred this guy in 3 holes.
Like I said, they're not anywhere close to, they're not anywhere close to Hot Shots Golf 2 difficulty.
No, obviously not, because I don't think anybody's gone past 3 holes on you so far, right?
I thought someone did. Someone went for 5. Was it Poncho who went for 5? But that was
Maybe.
more my doing than anything else.
Oh, and you earned a star.
We're getting trophies and everything else.
Sink all holes with one putt. There you go. See,
Wow.
you got the crown for that one too.
I guess I was putting for dough.
You were.
Don't say that out loud, okay? Drive for dough.
Putting for dough.
Drive
yeah.
for dough, putt for show. Grip it and rip it, man.
Yeah, you hear that? You hear that? I wish I could remember his name now.
Yeah.
Something or other Sparks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I expect to see a comment saying
No.
putt for dough
Grip it and rip
in
it.
all caps with
No.
like 10 exclamation points, okay?
Oh my god.
I expect to see that in the comments.
Oh god. All
just
right.
just for you, RecV5X.
No.
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna have to get Max unlocked here. Boom. Hello, Max.
Well,
And
you actually had enough points to,
I had
unlock
enough,
them.
but I don't have enough points to get that course.
Yeah.
Is it in Mist that we get the course?
I
No, it
guess
might not
that's
be.
why
Course.
you gotta grind those stroke play rounds.
Yeah,
right?
that's right. And then I also have to get a new ball. I have to get new clubs. Look at all the stuff we haven't unlocked because it all costs money now.
Yeah,
There are more unlockables in
at
this
least
game
it's
than
not
anything
like
else,
modern
but-
games where it costs like real world
Oh
money.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh god, I don't even want to think about that.
Yeah, let's not go there. That's a topic for another day. Anyway, we've probably gone on about long enough, eh?
All right. So until next time,
I'm Sandman99.
have a good one.